Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadraya Jaya Sudarshana Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadraya Jaya Sudarshana Jai Kishore Kishore Jai Shri Radhe Jai Kishore Jai Kishore Jai Shri Radhe Jai Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Haribol Nitai Gaura Nitai Gaura Haribol Nitai Gaura Haribol Nitai Gaura Nitai Gaura Haribol Nitai Gaura Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Granth Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Shri Jai Divine Lordship Shri Kishore Jagannath Baladev Supadra Shri Gaura Nitai Ki Jai His Divine Love and Grace of High Charinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai Shri ISKCON Chicago Yatra Ki Jai Shri New Savakun Ashram Ki Jai All glories to Shishi Guru and Shigauranga, all glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna to everybody. Welcome to Bhagavatam class today. Thank you for joining us. So we continue reading 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 61, I believe. Right? Do we have? What's the verse on the board? 26 here. Ah, let me check. So what's it? Okay, here is an announcement 33 to 35 today. So, chapter entitled Lord Balarama slays Rukmi. So, we're reading 33 throughout 35. So, let us start with invocation prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashta Prayashav Bhadrishu Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam Bhagavati Utamashloke Bhaktir Bhavadina Ishtiki Shinvatam Sakatha Krishnam Punya Shravanam Kirtanam Hridyantosta Bhadrani Vidhunati Sukhritsatam. Prabhu, can I get a glass of water? Is it possible? Thank you. So we're reading Sanskrit and translation by BBT, verse 33. Tada bravina bhovani balenaiva jito glahach dharmato vachaninaiva rukmi vadati vaim mrisa. Translation. Just then a voice from the sky declared, Balarama has fairly won this wager. Rukmi is surely lying. Next verse. Tam anadritya vaidarbho dushtara janya koditach sankarshanam parihasan babhase kala koditach. Translation. Urged on by the wicked kings, Rukmi ignored the divine voice. In fact, destiny itself was urging Rukmi on, and thus he ridiculed Lord Balaram as follows. Verse number 35. Naivaksha kovidayu yam gopalavana gocharach akshayar divyanti rajano banaischana bhavadrisha. Rukmi said, you cowherds who wander about the forest know nothing about dice. Playing with dice and sporting with arrows are only for the kings, not for the likes of you. Is anybody likes to recite Sanskrit maybe? Oh, Sanskrit? Recite Sanskrit? Is anyone has smartphones to recite Sanskrit? You want, Mataji? 35? Oh, it's a long time to open, probably. Huh? You recite? Okay. 10, 61, 35. Rukmi. Yeah. Yeah. Rukmi, not Rukmini. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, thank you. You said, save me. Okay, thank you. No, it's fine. Okay, we'll pray. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gena Gena Chalakaya Chakshurumritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mano Pishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kadamahyam Dadati Sva Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sha Shri Rupam Sagra Jadam Sahaganat Punatkham Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijanam Sahidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahaganam Lalitam Shri Vishakam Vidam Sha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagat Pate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Everyone, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtabhave Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamina Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Yantak Pravishtam Machimam Prasuptam Sanjivayanti Kila Shakti Dharam Swadhamnam Anyam Shahastam Charanam Shamanam Samanadik Pranam Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam Durgam Patim Dasa Skala Padarmata Gutu Kripa Sanak Santa Santulambanam Gurave Gurachandra Shet Gadale Krishna Krishna Bhaktya Tad Bhaktya Manamaha Нися прасадам яджнапи сарваса дядина вразеца читания дева мэй Бхагаван сам прасидатам Тишам саданам юктанам бажада приди провакам забю будхи йогам там намам паянти де Кришна Шакти Видана Хитара Праватана Кала Калара Дарма Кришна Нама Санкиртана Адантастри Нандантай Радниячки Пунак Пунак Шимад Рупам Падам Буджам Дурисям Джанма Джанма Харе Кришна. Hare Krishna. So today is American Independence Day, right? Congratulations to all of you citizens. So this is great a public holiday, social event, and God save America. Anyway, so I prefer more rather yesterday holiday, which is Guru Purnima, not Gaura, but Guru Purnima. It's called Guru Purnima. It's International Gurus Day, let's say, like we have International Women's Day or Mother's Day or Father's Day or Children's Day. So there is also Guru's Day. Yesterday was. And now Guru is very dangerous profession. Guru has to be saved. And there is a specific date which is designated to Guru protection. So we try to protect gurus. Difficult job to be guru. And also yesterday started Chaturmasya. You know Chaturmasya? You know, Prabhu? Chaturmasya, Sanskrit word. So Chaturmasya is a period of time in 4 months. 4 months from yesterday, and it goes up to the Kartik months inclusively. The 4 months, I believe it will last till the end of November. That's Chaturmasya period of time. And Chaturmasya is, I mean, Srila Prabhupada did not introduce to us Chaturmasya, actually. But in our Vaishnava tradition, it is very important kind of vrata or, like vow to follow. If you look at the history, Vaishnava history, for example, Lord Chaitanya, he observed, he used to be in South India, he observed this vrata. Then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, he used to chant 1 billion names, Shatakoti Nama, Vrata, chanting of 1 billion names. He completed it, accomplished over the 9 years. 9 years. Every day he used to chant 3 lakhs of holy names. 3 lakhs means 300,000 names of Lord every day. So day before, yesterday, we chanted 64 hours in Naperville ISKCON temple. They were still going on, I think, what is called Festival of the Holy Name, something like that. So we did 64 rounds. So it is took like 8 hours to accomplish. So it's quite heavy. I mean, for the mind and for the body as well. So if you change in Vaishnava assembly, it gets much more better. It's like. But some of the great souls, they chanted for, they changing and still changing maybe 300,000 names every day. So not 1 lakh, but 3 lakhs every day. And it's like 24 hours, non-stop, practically. Wow. So it could be accomplished only by liberated souls, not by conditioned souls. Anyway, so this is great, wonderful events, and which we can take up to follow and for our spiritual advancement. For example, Chaturmasya. The wide range of different vratas or vows to follow on this 4 months. This is good time for spiritual upliftment and spiritual advancement. In this regard, we have to take some vratas. For example, cut down your diet, eat less, sleep less, sleep on the floor, take cold shower, for example, some of the vratas. Or our main purpose is to chant more. So we can chant extra rounds or read some Shastra, more books of Srila Prabhupada. So this is best for us. Chant, read philosophy associated with Vaishnavas, and attend classes of Bhagavatam. So take some vow, for example, attend classes of Bhagavatam every day. Nitya Bhagavatam Sevaya. In fact, this is our eternal service to the Bhagavatam, right? To the person Bhagavatam and to the book Bhagavatam. So anyway, Rukmi in this story in Bhagavatam, he neglected divine voice from the sky, right? So divine voice. Somebody heard divine voice from the sky sometime. Huh? It's kind of mystical arrangement, divine arrangement. It's called Akashavani. Akashavani, divine voice from the sky. And being a demoniac person, he neglected it. And he tried to cheat Lord Balaram to fulfill his own agenda. And that's what distinguishes between divine and demoniac. So divine, they always follow Shastra or divine revelation, which is Akashavani is one of them. But demoniac, they neglect always. And we live in a world which is a world of nations. It is an ocean of nations, and it is considered to be the darkest region of the creation, material world. It's called Devidama, material world. And in this Brahmanda, in this material universe, we situated somewhere in the middle. It's called, what is called, Bur Bhuak Swach, Bur, Bhumandal, or intermediate or middle level of planetary systems. I mean, not bad, but still it's not best place, not the best place in the universe. Still some ignorance influences upon us a lot. So, and to how to operate, how to recognize or distinguish between good and bad, good and evil, or what is favorable, what is unfavorable, what is bona fide, what is wrong, what is right, in this world of illusion, world of nations. So how we can look, how we can find the path or solution in this dense darkness of ignorance influenced by Kali Yuga. Nowadays is Kali Yuga going on, and this also increase our ignorance. So how we can operate, how we can find this solution, how we can be situated rightly in our path, and how we can find what is good, what is bad. What is the solution? Where is the evidence on truth? So is anybody knows how we can find the truth in this world of nations? What is the criteria? What is the criteria? What is the system of coordinates? Where is the truth? Where is the untruth? Where is the lie? Where is the bona fide solution? So how we can on what we can rely on in our search for the truth? Exactly, Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, Vaikya, Chitete, Korya, Aikya. Narottam Das Thakur said. So these three pillars, three main roots of our Vedic science, our Vedic scientific presentation. Three coordinates, three satellites, like GPS. When you use GPS, you use there is some satellites in the space, outer space, and basically there are three to figure out your location somewhere in a in a space. And it's called GPS, right? And we have also 3 satellites, Sadhu, Guru, and Shastra, to find out your direction on a road map back home, back to Godhead, right? And in fact, best GPS is SPG, or Supreme Personality of Godhead in your heart, right? So this is our GPS, and Guru Parampara system GPS. That's how we can translate it. Anyway, so but Sadhu, Guru, Shastra saying many things. Also, you know, if you address to Shastra, there are many different statements which are sometimes contradictory, sometimes from different levels, and there are also different levels of Shastra. Like, for example, Arjuna and Krishna, they're arguing on the basis of Shastra. This is famous story of Battle of Kurukshetra, where Lord Krishna and Arjuna, they're arguing on the basis of Shastra. It's called Dharma, Artha, Jnana, Bhakti, Vada. Samvat. Samvat means teaching on different levels. So Arjuna gave to Krishna different arguments. Do not fight. But Krishna disapproved or defeat all those arguments also on the basis of Shastra. So there's many different arguments, counter-arguments, different statements, points, you know, so many different ideas in the Shastra. How we can find right statement to the right situation according to the Kala Desha Patra, times, place, and circumstance, and candidate. It's also a difficult task, right? It takes so much our brains to find. And in Vedic science, there is a particular department which is called hermeneutics. You know this? Hermeneutics? It's a hierarchy of different evidences. You know, evidence on the truth. It's called pramana. Pramana, Sanskrit word, refers to evidence. Oh, it's called epistemology. It is a knowledge of different pramanas or evidences on the truth, which we can use to, you know, to find the truth, find certain solution for our life situation. So that's called hermeneutics in the Western ideology, philosophy. It's called hermeneutics, and in Sanskrit it's called Mimamsa, Mimamsa Sutra. It's a specific shastra which is written by Jaimini Rishi. Jaimini Rishi, one of the disciples of Vyasadev. By the way, yesterday was the appearance of Vyasadev. Not appearance, but day of, it's called Vyasa Purnima or Guru Purnima. So Vyasadev, he is like a main guru out of all gurus because he established Vedas, and guru who teach Vedas, right? Guru doesn't teach anywhere anything else, only Vedas. So Jaimini Rishi, he wrote what is called Mimamsa Sutra, or hermeneutics, hierarchy of different pramanas. You know, how to operate with the different evidences. And there is hierarchy, which is superior, which is lower, which is higher, which is better, which is worse, you know. So we have to find, right? Is it help? Is it a useful thing to know? How do you think? Is it right to know? Would you like to know? Would you like to hear about that? While you're here, anyway, so you can hear. So there's 7 different levels, 7 different pramanas, or levels of hierarchy. 7. And 4 of them infallible, which are solid truths, never be defeated. It's infallible. But 3 fallible. But it's also on a list of hierarchy. So you can use them in some of the cases. But it's fallible. it has to be confirmed by superior. You understand? So 7 different. First one is topmost. I start from the top. So topmost is how maybe somebody can try to guess which is highest one, highest pramana of all. What is the highest truth? Huh? Haribol. Hallelujah. Exactly. So words of Krishna, topmost pramana. Like for example in this verse, divine voice from the sky, Akashavani. Yeah. So Krishna is the supreme authority. Vidaischa sarvair ahameva vedi Vedanta krit veda vid eva chaham. So he is knower of Vedanta, he is compiler of the Vedas, and the essence of all the Vedas to know Krishna actually. So he is the supreme authority, supreme personality of Godhead. Whatever he says, absolute truth in itself. No doubt, right? You can argue, you can fight against because you become an idiot if you fight, you know. So you have to accept it. And so Krishna speaks to you, for example, in the form of the deity. He will say to you, Prabhu, you become acharya, you write book, you establish Siddhanta, you go preach to China or wherever. So you have to accept, right? Or Krishna comes to your dream and said, and will say to you, let's go dance Rasa Lila and don't wake up for Mangalarati. Just forget it. Just go for Rasa Lila. This Krishna speaks to you. Or Akashavani, voice from the sky, establish something. You're a great person, you're pure devotee, something like that. So we have to accept it, right? You see, but in our situation, we conditioned souls, I mean, myself, and it has to be proved, approved also. We can't take for granted if some voice from the sky or deity speaks to you. Although in Vaishnava history, there's so many evidences when deities used to speak and walk and eat prasadam and so many things, but maybe not now, you know. Deities reciprocate only with the pure devotees. And Krishna likes pure devotees. He likes when we have bhakti. When there is a bhakti, Krishna is submitted to our bhakti. He can speak to you, he can reciprocate with you, exchange. He can serve to you even, you know, because bhakti is a superior force. Love is superior than even God. Also in Christianity saying that God is love. Yeah, God is love, but love is even superior than God. And Krishna submit voluntarily to those who have love. So supreme pramana is the words of Krishna, direct instructions. Krishna says something, you have to accept, but it has to be confirmed. And what is the confirmation? Second, number 2, pramana is Prabhu? Brahman. Oh, you mean Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan? Yeah, I mean, we designate it to the first, then second, to confirm the words of Krishna, what we can use, like scriptures, Shastra, heavy scriptures. So scriptures are pramana number 2. And this is divine revelation. This is also infallible, powerful, solid truth in the form of in literal incarnation. It's called Shabda Brahman. Shabda means sound vibration, Brahman means spiritual. Shabda Brahman, Shastra Praman. So we have to accept it. Whatever is saying there, it's a truth in itself, absolute truth. No doubt, no arguing. Otherwise we become an idiot to argue against this, you know. And Tasmat Shastra Pramanam Te, it is saying in Bhagavad Gita. Only Shastra can prove or prove anything, what is good, what is bad, what is beneficial, what is unfavorable to us, only by Shastra. But Shastra also has different levels, some hierarchy. Some of the Shastras superior, some lower, inferior, superior, or whatever. And in Shastra, there are different sections, divisions. First one is called Shruti. Yeah? Shruti Praman. Shruti means 4 Vedas and Upanishads. It's like canonic kind of presentation of the Vedas. Rig, Sama, Yajur, Atharva, and Upanishads. 108 Upanishads, whatever numbers of Upanishads. And we study in Isha Upanishad, right? Prabhupada gave to us Isha Upanishad. Isha means Ishvara or Supreme. Upanishad about Supreme. So this is Shrutis are considered to be powerful words, and this is like hardcore of the Vedas. But second level is Smriti. Shruti, Smriti. Smriti is another section which consists of Puranas, Itihasas, Dharma Shastra, and so many others. Like Puranas, for example, we have 18 Puranas, right? Chronics of the universe, different stories, stories. Puranas means story. Everyone likes stories, right? So Puranas like that. And also different instructions on Dharma, morality, so many things. So we'll take it like second or third level of Pramanas. So Krishna's words, Shrutis and Smritis. Also in Kali Yuga, they can switch around. Smritis become more powerful than Shrutis because Shrutis, nobody can understand Shrutis. So therefore, Smriti sometimes is more powerful. But for Kali Yuga, best Shastras are Bhagavad Gita, as it is, Bhagavad Gita, best because Bhagavad Gita is considered to be Gita Upanishad or essence of all Upanishads. And Shrimad Bhagavatam, right? Shrimad Bhagavatam is a natural commentary on Vedanta Sutra. Vedanta Sutra is the conclusion of all the Vedas. An essence of all Vedanta is Shrimad Bhagavatam. Sarva Vedanta Saramhi Shrimad Bhagavatam Ishyate. Tatra Samritam Triptasya Nanyartham Kim Ratim Kvachit. So these are the best pramanas for Kali Yuga. So next, number 4. So there's 7 pramanas, number 4. So you can be tolerant a little bit, so I'll finish soon. So number 4 it's called Sadachar. Sad, Achar means example, right example, and Sad means eternal or unfallible. So Sadachar means words of Acharyas, Acharyas, Vaishnavas, saints, Mahajans, those who establish truth. They're powerful, pure devotees, Nitya Siddha, Siddha Mahapurushas, liberated souls. They don't have any defects like conditioned souls. So we are conditioned souls. For example, myself, I don't know about you, maybe you liberated, some of you, no doubt. But conditioned soul subjected to 4 defects. 4 defects. It's called dosha defect. You remember those? Yeah? Illusion, cheating, imperfect senses, and make mistakes. Right? So 4. Brahma, Pramada, Vipralipsa, Karanapatava in Sanskrit. Shrimad Bhagavatam. So we have imperfect senses, right? I can't see what is the back of my of my head. Or I don't know what's going on in the next room, my senses are imperfect. And I'm prone to make mistakes, a lot of mistakes, always. I speak in wrong things, I think in wrong, so always. I'm falling into illusion, and these three, you can change them. You can change. So you're subjected under those. But last one is we cheat others to make impressions that we are perfect. So last one you can change. You can stop cheating. You can say, I am a perfect person. You see? This is under the control. But these three, previous three, not in the control. So we imperfect, we fall into illusion and so on. So liberated souls, saints, Mahajans, great Vaishnavas, they considered to be Nitya Siddhas. They don't have these defects. What are they saying? It is truth. It is solid truth, absolute truth. So they're presenting truth, and we have to accept it like absolute evidence. No doubt. Right? So in our case, Prabhupada is considered to be our founder acharya for our movement, and whatever he says, it is truth in itself, absolute truth. Right? So Prabhupada is always right. So we have to accept like this. It's like a motto in our life. Prabhupada is always right. Whatever he says, it's always right. We should not check, we should not correct, we should not find some other things. But sometimes Prabhupada is saying different things. This is another story. But he's always in line with the sadhu, shastra, and he's a guru. Right? He's Sampradaya guru. He's a founder acharya. So Prabhupada is always right in our case, right? And there is another evidence which is called sankalpa. Sankalpa means when powerful personalities they perform some austerities, some tapasya, and they establish some kind of principles on the basis of their tapasya. They realize some truth through the tapasya, and then they establish it. They say this is like this, and we have to accept it. Yeah, some of them. It's called sankalpa. Also, there is some cultural tradition, some cultural evidence. For example, if you go to Vrindavan, the residents of Vrindavan, Brijabasis, they live in Vrindavan, and they're speaking different stories about Krishna. They explain, so Krishna was doing different things, killing demons, or playing with the boys, with the friends on the banks of the Yamuna and at the slopes of Govardhan Hill. And this is considered to be also good evidence because they're eternal residents and they're getting their stories from the tradition passing through the generations. And it's called loka pramana, or cultural evidence which is in tradition. Anyway, so we going to the next. Next is the three fallible. So I don't have more listeners. My audience decreases. I'm losing followers. Probably today's class is not so fascinating, not so much stories and actions in Krishna consciousness. Too boring, too dry. What to do? Philosophy is sometimes is dry. Oh, nice. Thank you, Prabhu. Haribo. You come back for the questions. So three more. Can you tolerate? Three more? Evidence which we're speaking on. Too much, eh? You can't tolerate me anymore. 5 minutes, okay? 5 minutes to complete is okay? Otherwise, it's not going to be full. I mean, not finished class, and maybe some of the listeners will be disappointed online. Okay, 3 more. So number 5 pramana is called when we receive evidence from our seniors, our senior devotees, like our gurus, Prabhupada disciples, our elders, senior devotees, our senior god brothers. This is considered to be also pramana, but this is fallible. This is fallible. This is not really solid truth. We have to back it up with the evidence of Shastra. Although we acknowledge senior devotees, respect them, but we not consider them maybe nitya siddhas. We don't know. Maybe they are, some of them, maybe not. We don't know. They may not, may not. So therefore, we have to prove it by solid evidence from the Shastra, from our acharyas, like Srila Prabhupada. Right? It's number 5. Then number 6 is evidence or words from our seniors, from our dynasty, family lineage, from our tradition, our family members, our parents, our elders. So this also pramana. And last one is my own thoughts, sensations, or feelings. I think like this. I feel like that. I satisfy with that. So this is the last one, and this is considered to be most fallible. It's the most wrong, most fallible one. And as soon as it comes to this, so we have to immediately reject it and accept higher pramana. Higher pramana means words of our seniors, or maybe sadgurus, sadachar, or shastra, or words of Krishna. So superior pramanas. So therefore, we not rely on that, on our own experience, our own unproved assumptions or imagination. It's called kalpana, Gaurava kalpana, imagination. Jiva Goswami, in his Tattva Sandarbha, he said, sometimes when we practice bhajan, when we chant Hare Krishna, sometimes kind of revelation coming from our heart, revelation. And this is called anubhava. And this is very powerful. It could be even higher than Shastra, but it has to be approved by superior. During bhajan, during our practice, we can get some deep divine revelation from super soul, from Krishna himself. But it has to be approved, otherwise, So this is also good. So anyway, these are 7 pramanas, how to operate with the evidences. And this is whole knowledge, which is called epistemology, knowledge about pramanas, or it's called hermeneutics, hierarchy of different evidences. So in order to find the truth and rightly situated on the path of bhakti, be steady in your spiritual advancement, you have to learn this science and become mature devotee. Mature is called madhyama adhikari, intermediate stage. So get up from rise above the platform of kanishka. Kanishka means neophyte, beginner, unexperienced person, immature. So we have to come up on the next level, which is madhyama adhikari. And this is only based on a knowledge of Shastra. So when we become experienced, seasoned in this knowledge, so we become like Madhyama Adhikaris. Madhyama is a quite good level. It is spiritual level. We can discriminate things between good and bad, between demons or divine, favorable and favorable. And then we can make a progress, and then we can render valuable service to Krishna and to the devotees, and attain perfection very quickly. But Kanishka is very unsteady, unstable, shaken, very shaky level. So, in order to become advanced, mature, and steady devotee, we have to learn this science and satisfy Krishna in this way and become fully Krishna conscious. So we have to learn how to swim in this unlimited ocean of shastras, which are full of sharks of different philosophical ideas, which we can swallow us and pull us down to the bottom of these nations in the form of the knowledge. So we have to learn this wonderful knowledge, recognize it, appreciate, and share with others. So Krishna consciousness is everything about how to share with others. So then you connect, you share, and you enjoy this Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you very much for tolerating me today. Yeah, I know it was tough, it was difficult, but all of you waits what is called prize in the form of prasadam, so you can get prasadam, be happy. And next mantra is mantra for awakening. Mahaprasada Govinde, mantra for awakening. And previous mantra was Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, and mantra for sleeping. So now mantra for awakening is going to be soon, after half an hour. Ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. ISKCON Chicago Yatra ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol. Prabhu, would you like to make a comment or any? Sorry. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Good. Hare Krishna. It's echoing. Yeah. It's echo is like, I don't know. I'm just completely bewildered by speaking. I don't hear myself properly sometimes. Echo. But hopefully maybe our listeners online, they can hear us nicely. Right? So it's like very humiliating kind of thing when you sit and nobody can hear you, and sound is like echo, and I couldn't understand myself, sometimes. Very humiliating situation, but Krishna arranged it. Let's take it like this. Jai. Shri Kishore Kishori ki jai, Shri Jagannath Baladev Supadra ki jai, Shri Gaura Nitai ki jai, Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, somebody can switch off this broadcasting, otherwise it's still going.